So data interpretation, you all know what is meant by data interpretation. You might have attended a lot of questions in exam because this is a very important topic in every exam. Why they have given you data interpretation means it is not like they are going to check your knowledge or something else. It is only for elimination. This is a better elimination question which is given by the every exam. In every exam, they will give such data interpretation in order to eliminate the participants. And one more thing is the conducting this objective exam is not to know your knowledge or test your knowledge. It is all about elimination. It is easy way to eliminate, so they are preferring to go for this data interpretation. So first thing is, if you take data interpretation, it will have multiple aptitude questions. Like it will have a average, it will have a ratio, it will have many things like profit and loss. It will be combining of different aptitude, like different topics. So data interpretation is the implementation of procedure through which data is reviewed from a purpose of arriving at an inference. So you are in or directly or indirectly you are coming into a conclusion with the help of data sets. So the formats of question it is like this: bar diagram, can be of table, it can be of line graph, it can be of pie graph. So these are the possibility in the data interpretation. So I will. These are some of the methods like calculating the percentage, ratio, proportion, growth rate, approximation, average, unitary method. These are some of the methods which is followed in data interpretation. So, and this session is not about. We are not going to cover everything in data interpretation. This is about mostly about giving tips how to attend a question. So mainly for such session only I have arranged just to know how to approach the question. That is the main motto of this session. So I'll move to next. So this is the basic. You are some way somebody might know this multiplication. This is called as Vedic multiplication. We will call. So you have to know if you take data interpretation. That is you have to do the sums quickly. They are testing your effectiveness in doing the mathematics. That is the major way. And as I already told you, this is one of the elimination technique used by all the examiners. So this is, as I told you, you need to know the fast multiplication technique. You cannot go for a formal multiplication or a normal multiplication. Better you go for this such multiplication because within a one line you can get into answer. So I will tell you how to do this multiplication. If somebody know earlier, just skip this. So I will tell you, if there are two numbers, for example, 3, 4, 5, 6, they are given means first you have to multiply these two numbers. Okay, I have given this. Then add, then this two number plus these two numbers and these two numbers. You will end up in the right answer. You just check whether you will end up in right answer or not. So for example, I have given you 76, here 52. So I will my multiplying these two. So 2 in 1, 14, 30. So 44, 5, 36, 14, here 4. So 39. Whether it is true or not, just check your with calculators. So I'm checking whether it is true. Have you done? Anybody done whether it is true or not? Sorry, uh, whether he got it right or not. Uh, So the same way we can do three-digit numbers like these three. So first you have to do this E and F like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means you have to do these two digits first, and the same way you have to apply this, and the third is you have to multiply this and multiply this and multiply this. You have to add the three. So I have given this, okay, and again you have to multiply this, and finally you have to multiply and this. So this is how we have to do Vedic multiplication. So once you practice this, it will be very easy. So within a single step, you can end up in answer. You don't want to go for a different. So you don't want to go for multiple steps. If you go for 3 into 3 digits means you will go for 1, 2, 3, x, x, x like that you will put, and you will why we are need this such type of multiplication is we have to do the calculations very fast. So that is our only aim. So next is this one. So this is the major necessity for the data interpretation. So we have to memorize these things. 1 by 2 means what, 1/3 means what, 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, like this. You have to know all these things up to 1 by 13. It will be very helpful. Once you, for example, you will end up in answers like whether they will ask you to calculate the percentage means, for example, they will ask you to 2 by 9. So this is you are coming up with the answer. So what you can do is the value for 1 by 9. So multiply with this 2. So you can easily come up with the answer. So this is very easy method. So just remember these things. Just to go through the slides once completed the session. So next is this one. This is the major formula which is almost used in percentage increase, percentage decrease, appreciation, depreciation. For example, if you are buying a bike, you are calculating the depreciation cost means so current value minus base value divided by base value. Same way you are calculating for population or something else, the same formula you can be used. So this is the major thing, current value minus base value divided by base value. So this is very much essential when you are doing the data interpretation or any sum. For example, if you are finding a percentage, for example, if you make anything to this model, for example, if you are finding for 16 percentage of 85954, what will you do? 16 by 100 into 85954. You will put all this and you will cancel this and you will multiply this. So it will it is very much time consuming. So better use this unitary method. You know what is 100%? 100% is this, 10% is this, 1% is this. So 16 means what we can do? 10% plus 5, 1. So you can easily calculate 5% from this. So you can add both three of them and you will end up in answer. So this is a very easy way to solve the problem. This is one of the most essential trick used in data interpretation. So this is very much needed for this data interpretation. So and another one is square tables. You have to memorize the square table up to 25 squares. That is very much essential for doing any form of aptitude. So better you remember up to 25 squares. And we'll come with example. I have taken some easy sum here, easy problem. First is this is the problem based on the below table. Answer question 1, 2, 3. Okay, they have given state. There are totally 6 states and percentage of village not electrified. So what is the question? So first, how you are approaching the data interpretation is what type of questions they have asked. For example, how many states have at least 50% of more electrified? Okay, fine. Which state has twice the percentage of electrified in comparison to state B? Okay. They have taken state D alone. So we are comparing the state D with all other states. Okay, fine. And the third one is in the year 2000, the total number of villages in state D was 15,000. In the year 2010, it is increased to 20,000, out of which 10,000 villages were yet to be electrified. Okay. So these are the three type of questions. How you are going to approach the question is, first is read the question properly. So what our mind will think is, you might think like percentage of village electrified, but the question is not electrified. Sorry, they are given not electrified, but the question is electrified. So what we have to do is, we have to minus everything to 100. So we have to calculate that 75, so 55, 80, 40, like that. You just do it roughly and make some like a table, so that easily for you to answer the question, because for everything they have asked electrified. Okay, electrified, and yet to be electrified. They have asked yet to be electrified. So this is easy for you to solve the problem. How many states have at least 50% or more electrified village? If human mind will think like this is electrified, so directly will go to answer and he will put like something else. What will you do? 50% more means you will end up in answer like 2. So better read the question properly, not electrified. So make it electrified and come up with the answer. So there might be 25, 45, 3, 4. So there is the answer is 4. So this is easy question. You can easily solve. So this is how you have to approach the questions. So second question, they have given something. They have given the statements. So if they have given long statement, better you avoid at the first instance. You can do it later, so that you can easily do in the next attempt. So it is check this question: which state has twice the percentage of electrified village in comparison to D? So if you take 60%, 60% means 40%, because 40% we are electrified. So double the 40 means 80. So C is the answer. So this is how we are end up in answer. So once you're done with the easy question, go for the difficult one. So in the year 2000, so 2000, there are 15,000 people. Okay, 2000. Okay, I'll take this. So 2000, there are 15,000. Same way in the 2010, there are 20,000. So nearly some 5,000 population has increased from to the 2000 to 2010. And if you take the number of electrified means it is 10,000. So we have to find the percentage of village not electrified in 2010 in state D. So if you take 60 percentage of 15,000, so 60 percentage of 15,000, what is 16 percentage of 50,000? We have to find it very quickly. I'll do, okay. So everywhere you have to use the unitary method, okay. 15, so what will you do? 60 percentage of 15,000. How usually we will find 60 by 100 into 15,000. Since it is the whole number, you can easily find such like that. But better you follow the unitary method. So you know 15,000. So 100% means, so I will tell you 100% means 15,000. Okay. Then 10% means, what is 10% of this? 1,500. So 1% means, so this is unitary method. You have to make like this. Okay. They have asked 60%. So 50 percentage of 15,000. Once you practice, it is very easy. Why I am ask you to practice this unitary method means you will understand later. So 15,000, 1,500, 150. So it will be 7,500. Okay, you know 7,500. So what will you do? 7,500, 50,000 plus 10, 50% plus 10%, it comes to 9,000. So if you take a D, it is 9,000. If you take 2010, it is 10,000. So what you have to come? The percentage of village not electrified in 2010 that has thus come down. Okay. This is how you have to come up with the answer. So I will go to next question. You will understand better. So I have taken this question. What they have given 2018 this is net question 2018 question. So they have given a table which have some export rice exports and production and per capita consumption they have given. So how to approach this question? They have given some formula here. Just to go through the question, what they have asked. Percentage increase in consumption of rice. Okay, they have given, they have asked for consumption of rice. So you have to check whether the consumption of rice is given. They are given per capita consumption, they have given production export, they have given the consumption of rice, they didn't give. So what we have to do? We have to substitute this formula per capita consumption equal to consumption in million by population into million. So this is how we have to substitute this formula and we have to find this consumption in million. Okay, the consumption in this million, you have to find this. Okay, through this formula. And what you have to do? Form a table. So what is consumption in million? Per capita consumption divided by population. So based on that, you come up with the table and form a table. This is how. This is the first method. So next thing is how we have to do is go through the next question. What is the population of the country? They have asked about the population of the country. So you don't know the exact population of the country because they have didn't give any population. Per capita consumption they have given, export given, production given. So from this you can find the population. Okay, population per capita they have given per capita consumption. So you have found the consumption through this formula. Okay, consumption equal to production minus export. So you are minus this production, export, and you are making a one table. Okay, that is consumption table. And next is you are making a population in million table. So another one you are forming another table. So this is the best way to solve a sum. Okay, so this is consumption table, this is population table. Once you are come up with the table, so I have already done that. So I will show you the. So this is how we have to make. So I have given production, export, per capita. These are the given in question. So consumption, what I am did, production minus export. So I minus this, and I have come up with these things. And the next is population in million. Same way I have did the formula, and I have come up with the million. So this is our table. So through this table, whether it is possible for us to attend the question directly. So we'll check whether what is the population of country in 2014. Okay, this is a direct question. So 2014, the population is 2.79. So this is direct answer. So better you can attend this question. Okay, clear. So this is the direct answer. So better you can attend the question. So percentage increase in the consumption of rice over the previous year was highest in which year? So what they have asked is you have to compare these both year like this, like this, like this, like this, and which year the consumption is higher. They have asked such question. So it will take lot of time for you. So better avoid such question and move to next question. Okay. So ratio of export to consumption in the given period was highest in which year? So this is you have a question, you have answers because you have done this one. You have to compare this and this, and you can easily come up with the answer. Okay. Ratio of exports. The two, and one more thing is They have asked how many years there are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So better you check the answer. What are the options they have given? So 2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 14, 15. So better you do only for those four. So do avoid 2016. Otherwise you will end up in time consuming. So better you avoid that. So it is easy for you to do this ratio of exports to consumption. And another one is which year the population of country was highest. So this is easy question because you have already done this answer. You know what is the answer for this question. So population is highest in 2016. You can directly answer the question. So better if you take the 5 questions, definitely there will be some three easy questions will be there. So better you solve those questions first. Some technical error. Okay. Oh, wow. Um, hmm. So we can easily solve three questions because you know what is the average consumption of rice over the year from 2012 to 16. So this is also easily you can cancel. So you can calculate 12 to 16 consumption of rice. So you are adding this and you can do the average like by dividing this by adding all this by dividing by 5 you can easily calculate the average. So this is how you can attend the question. Like how to select the question is the key in the data interpretation. But when you start to do these questions means you will have consume lot of time. So better avoid this. After completing your exam, go for such questions. Otherwise you can leave this question and finally if you don't get time just select any options because this is very much time consuming because you have to calculate everything consumption of rice over the previous year. That is percentage rice. Percentage rice means what we have to do. You have to calculate take a one base year and you have to minus this and you have to divide this. So this will take lot of time. So better avoid this question. So you know the some of the questions are very direct if you come up with two tables. So attend such questions if you have time. Attend this question at last because we have already done 4 questions very easily. So this is how we have to do the questions. So this is the another example I have taken. Consider the following two tables. That so why I have taken is they have given two tables and you have to work out with these two tables. So I have taken this. So indicate the percentage of employees working in various departments for an organization, the ratio of men to women in the same department. So total number of employees in the organization is 4,600. They have given the total number of employees in the organization. Okay. So the percentage of employees they have given. What you have to do is we have to calculate the total number of employees with this total number of employees. So what usually you will do 26 divided by 100 into 46 you will multiply like this. So better you go for unitary method. What do you have to do? First thing is 100% means 4,600. So 10% means 460. 1% means what is 1%? 46. So likewise, you are doing calculation. So you check the percentage. Everything is fall between 26 to 15. So with this, you can easily calculate the percentage. So how you can calculate 26 percentage is 10 percentage into 2. So you know 460 into 2 is 920. Easily you can calculate. Okay. So you know 5 percentage of, so better you can do 5 percentage also if you want. So 46, what is 5 percentage of 460? So you better divide 10% by 2. So 230. This is 5%. So how you can solve this question is, don't go solve in a normal method. Once you have done with this type of doing means, you can easily solve. For example, if you are taking 26% means, what will you do? 2 into the 10%. Easily you can do 2 into 10%. So what is 2 into 10%? 490 plus 230 plus 230 plus 1. So you can easily do the additions here instead of doing multiplication by wasting your time. So this is how you have done for 26. You know what is 22 also? 2 into 10%. 2 into 10%, you know already because you have already calculated. So this is easy for you once you started to do this, plus 2%. So plus 2 into 1 percentage is what? 46. Okay, so this is easy for you to do. 46. Okay, 2 into 46 is 92. So 920 plus 92 is your answer. Is it 1 or 46? This is 46 only. If you take 100%, this is 4600. Okay, 10% 460. If you divide it by 10 means this is 46. So 1 percentage is 46. Sorry, this is 223. This is not 230. So 23. Okay. You can easily solve these questions by doing such things. So like this. So 18 how you can do is 2 into 10%. 2 into 10%. This might be very vague or boring, but you can easily do once you started to practice. So you know already you have done a 920. So minus 2 into what is 1%? 46. So you can easily do 18. Same way you can do for 9. So 1 into 10%. 1 into 10%. What is 10%? You know it is 460. So you can easily calculate that is 460 plus 1% means plus 46. So 460 plus 46. You don't want to do such thing. You don't want to do every time for this. Just you calculate by on your own. Is it 1 or 46 or for 26? It should be plus 46, right? Am I right or not? I am done something wrong, I think. Okay, 230 only. Is it 1 or 46? I don't get you. For 26, it should be plus 46, right? Yeah. For 26, I have given like 1 instead of 1%. I have given like plus 1. Oh, that's my mistake. Okay. So this is how you can easily calculate. So 1%, 1 into 10%, you know, 10% plus 1%. That is 11%. 8% means 10% minus 2%. 2% is 2 into 46. So 92. You have already calculated. So 15 how we can calculate? 10% plus 5%. So you can end up in answer. So this is how you can make a table for the these things. Okay. This is how you have to do the percentage. And next thing is you have to draw another table because they have given you ratio. You know how to solve the ratio. If they have given 1 is to 3 means totally 4. 1 is to 1 means totally 2. 5 is to 1 is totally 6. 1 is to 1 is 2. Like this. You add this and you will end up in a final answer. This is how ratio is done. So I have given. So I have done this. This is, sorry. So this is how you are calculating this. So total number of employees I have calculated like this. How I have calculated the ratio means, if you take IT, how many people are there? See how many ratio? There are 4. So I am dividing the number of population divided by 4. So same way I have done everything. So I have end up in ratio. Once you have done this, and you can easily attend some 2 or 3 questions. This is a more difficult sums only. So what is the total number of women in account session? So women in account session means this one. So women in account session is 1. So you have already calculated the 1. So if you take accounts women, the ratio is 92. So one is 92. So the option is 92. The answer is 92. Once you solve this problem, you can easily get the answers. So if you take this problem means, what is the ratio of total number of men to total number of women working in all the departments put together. So this is a somehow very lengthy process. If you want to do, it will take lot of time. So better avoid such questions. This can be solved. It can be solved, but you can better avoid this question. So you have given like this. We have calculated. Do you have any doubt in calculating these things? Do you have any doubt in forming a table? This table, this fine, this table. So better you practice so that you can easily solve. It is difficult for me to explain in a single class, so I will do my best. So what is the total number of employees working in IT and HR department together? So this is our next question. IT and HR department. So you are adding these two. So while you are adding, you don't add everything. You just add the first digit alone, 6 plus 6. Okay. So 6 plus 6 means 2. Check any answer is there. This is there. So this is our answer. So this is how you have to solve the aptitude very fast. You have this time saving approach. Once you started to practice, it will be easily come. So what total number of women in the purchase department form what percentage of total number of employee in the organization? So purchase department number of women. We have already formed a table. So purchase department number of women. So purchase department number of women is 1. Ratio is 1. So how many women are there? Purchase department 133 are there. Okay. So what is the percentage of 133 in 4600? This is the question they have asked. So how will you solve 133 in 4600? Okay. So how will you solve 133? So this is the easy way to solve. 133 is 4600. Okay. So what is the 10% of this? 460. So 133 in 4600. 10% is 460. So our answer should be less than 10. Okay, because they have asked the percentage. So our answer should be less than 10. You should keep in mind that, because 10% of 10% is 460, but they have given only 133 women are there. So what is the 5% of this? It is 230. This is more than 5. So what you have to do? Check the answer. Just eliminate. So 6 cannot be answer. 12 cannot be answer. You are eliminating these two, and these are the two possibilities. So the answer is 3%. Like this you eliminate. Elimination is a very good technique, so better go for elimination in all the sums. So this is the next question: ratio of number of men in the production department to the number of men in the marketing department. So I am coming, take this question: ratio of number of men in the production department. So what is the ratio of number of men in the production department? It is 3. Okay. What is the ratio of men in the marketing department? It is marketing department. It is 1. Okay. So we have already calculated the 1 is 138. So there are 3. So 138 into 3. So calculate that 138 into 3. Okay, 138 into 3 is 414. Okay. Next one is they are given in marketing department. Marketing department, there are only one ratio is one man and one woman. So 506. So this is we have to find 414 into between ratio between 414 and 506. This is, if you solve this, you will find the answer. So this is how you can solve it easily. So the answer is 9 is to 11. You just check. If you divide by 23, you can easily solve this sum. Sorry, this is 2, not 506. This is 253. Sorry. Hmm. So this is how we have to approach the data interpretation. Hope you got something. You go through this lecture, or I will give you the slide. Just go through and try to solve this sum. So how you can solve this sum? 10th question is you have to calculate for every department, and you have to add everything, men separately, women separately, and you can finally end up total number of ratio between men and women. So this will take lot of time. So better you avoid such questions in order to uh, save the time. You solve these 3 questions. It is easy for you to solve. So better selecting the questions lies the what we can say, because I already told you this elimination trick used by the examiner. They will make you to uh, they will make you to spend lot of time in the exam. So better avoid that.